in a long time that I'm actually going live. So it's so exciting for me to be here with you. Thank you for joining. And welcome to Time Out Tuesday. So, for those of you who are joining in from the first time, Time Out Tuesday is a date that I have with you live every Tuesday from 8 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. On usually it was on my Instagram account, but now I am trying to move it over to my YouTube account. But it's a date that you and I have for 30 minutes. Central African time from 8 p.m. to 8:30 p.m., where we just take some time out of all of the roles that we play on a daily basis to actually just get thinking about things and topics that are relevant to us, things that will help us grow and things that will help us take control of our lives and become the queen of our own lives. I see we have a lot of people starting to join. I just want to actually see if I can. Okay, so the chat box is live. Let me know where you are joining in from. I am so excited about today. I think that our topic for today is so relevant. We are going to talk about procrastination, and we are going to talk about the best way to beat procrastination. So if you are to procrastinate as well, and I am so excited to be talking to you about procrastination tonight. I've told you what Time Out Tuesday is. Welcome to everyone joining in now. I'm so excited to start our talk. Hi Nina, joining in from Pringle Bay. Welcome. So let me know if this has happened to you. It's 10 minutes before the deadline. You are typing away. You are sweating. You have no idea how you're going to finish this task before the deadline. And you are despising yourself for once again procrastinating. Is that you? Yes, it happens to all of us. But that is why we're going to talk about procrastination tonight. So after this video, after watching this session, you will know, first of all, what type of procrastinator you are. And I'm going to share 5 types of procrastinators. You're going to be able to categorize yourself in one of these 5 types. And you will also have 5 steps and 5 easy ways. I call it the 5 P's of procrastination that you can use and implement in your daily life to enable you to actually beat procrastination. So what happened to me recently? One of the most recent experiences I've had, recent things that happened to me because of procrastination. I am busy writing a self-help coaching book. I'm basically finished writing it, and I'm in the last phase of revising the manuscript. I wrote it in English. I'm revising the manuscript, and I have to clear it to make sure that it is translated in Afrikaans the right way. So my deadline was last week, Friday. My deadline for this manuscript was Friday, and I kept on procrastinating to such an extent that I realized I would not be able to make the deadline, and I will have to move the deadline to Monday morning at 9. That was yesterday at 9 in the morning. So without thinking about it, I procrastinated, and I ended up having to work on Daniel and my weekend away. We spent the weekend away in Hermanus. We had a great time, but I ended up working while trying to relax, which was not ideal. So what I want to share with you here is that while we are procrastinating, while we are basically spending time and wasting time procrastinating, life and opportunities actually slip away. When we procrastinate, life and opportunities slip away without us even realizing it. And that is exactly what happened to me. And I bet that is something that happens to you very often as well. So let's get straight into the 5 types of procrastinators. And if you are able to actually listen now and try and categorize yourself in one of the 5 types, it would be great, because then you can really sense why you are procrastinating. The type of procrastinator you are might also change from situation to situation. So if you are faced with a situation where you are procrastinating at the moment, try and categorize yourself in one of these 5 types. So the first type of procrastinator is the performer. So I see this procrastinator almost like that emoji holding the trophy, where you procrastinate and procrastinate because you think that you will perform when the pressure is on. You are one of those people who can perform under pressure. You are waiting a day before the deadline because you know that when you have the deadline staring you in the face, that's when you will be able to perform. While that is all well, and while it might be true for you, this is not sustainable on the long term. It's not good for your health to be able to work under pressure the whole time. It's not sustainable over the long time. So if this is one of your, if you are this type of procrastinator, your challenge might be to actually start. So a way that you can try and start is to plan it in your diary. So if your deadline is a week from now, create a new deadline for yourself, 3 days before the deadline, or how much ever time you need before that. So just start. The second type of procrastinator is the burnout. So I see this as that emoji, the flame, the burnout. This is the type of person who believes that they are lazy. They're like, oh, I'm just so lazy. I'm just a lazy person. I can't help it. I'm just lazy. The truth is, there's a difference between laziness and procrastination. You're not lazy. A lazy person doesn't even care that they're not doing what they're supposed to do. They just lie around and they don't care. It doesn't bother them. But if you are procrastinating and it's bothering you, you actually want to do this, you actually want to get this done, then you are the burnout type procrastinator. What is your challenge? You are actually tired. You actually need some rest. So you should actually take some time out in order for you to prevent that burnout. So you are not lazy, you just need some time out. Take some time to relax. There's a difference between relaxing and procrastinating. So when you're relaxing, you're actually filling up that emotional tank of yours. You're filling up your energy. When you're procrastinating, it drains your energy. So instead of keeping on procrastinating, rather take some time out, rather relax, have some quality time with friends, spend some time alone, whatever you need to relax and to regain your energy. Make sure that you do that instead of procrastinating. So you need to relax and take some time out. The third type of procrastinator is the busybody. So this is the emoji where I feel like it's that person running, 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 running. So if you think about that emoji of that lady running, that is the busybody. The one who says, I'm so busy, I don't have time. The calendar just keeps filling up. You keep putting things on your to-do list. You are just creating a lot of stuff for yourself to do. So what is your challenge? Your challenge is not that you are busy. Your challenge is that you're actually avoiding something. So you can go and have a heart-to-heart conversation with yourself and try and figure out, what are you avoiding? Why am I adding all of these things on my to-do list? What am I avoiding? And once you realize what you're avoiding, you can address that and you can make sure that you are busy with the right things and that you're not procrastinating. So what is the next type of procrastinator? Type 4. Before I go on, are any of you any of the previous 3 procrastinators? I know that I have been all of them before. So type 4 is the, let me just make sure. Type 4 is the worrier. So I see that as that's the emoji face, kind of, being really sad and really worried, always worried, the worrier. So the worrier is someone who procrastinates failure. They are afraid that they start this and they're not able to finish this, or they're not able to succeed in this, and then they are labeled as a failure. So they're afraid of failing. But the worrier is also sometimes afraid of succeeding. Sometimes you're procrastinating because you're afraid of that success. You're afraid of what that might mean to you. Perhaps that will fill up your calendar. Perhaps that will make you even busier. But you're afraid of success. So, what is the challenge of the warrior? Either this fear of success or this fear of failure. What can you do? Become the warrior, the actual warrior. Take that leap of faith. Make sure that you are equipped to do what you're going to do, but then actually take that leap of faith. Start. Make sure that you have a support system around you. Address the fear that you have and still be courageous within this fear. So that is something that you can do if you are the warrior. And the last type of procrastinator is the light bulb, the little light bulb. That is the person who's always excited about a new idea. I have this amazing plan. I have this amazing idea. Then you start the idea. You don't have any problem starting, but after a week or two, you get bored and you actually just drop it. So you are procrastinating finishing what you started. You get bored very easily and you think of a new idea and then you chase that idea. What is your challenge? Actually following through, actually completing the task that you started. And something that you can do here is to make sure that you are motivated, that you are keeping accountable, or that you are kept accountable through a support system or a support structure or through your diary, but you are keeping yourself accountable to actually finishing your tasks. So yes, get excited about those new ideas, write them down, put them somewhere, but finish what you've started first. So those are the 5 types of procrastinators. Let me quickly run through them again. Type 1 is the performer, the one with the trophy, thinking that you'll actually perform best under pressure, which is not the case. Type 2 is the burnout. You're not lazy, you're actually just tired. You need some rest. Type 3 is the busybody. You're running around filling up your calendar because you're actually avoiding something. And type 4 is the warrior. You're scared of failure. Perhaps you're scared of success. Just take that leap of faith, be courageous and start. And step 5, or the 5th type, is the light bulb. Challenge for you might be following through and completing what you started. So just make sure that you complete what you started, and in that way you might be able to beat procrastination. So I hope that that was helpful for you, and I hope that you were able to categorize yourself in one of the 5. I personally know that I've been all of the 5 at some stage in my life with some type of task that I was faced with. Next, I want to share with you the 5 P's of procrastination. So I thought that it would be nice for me to give you a few practical tools that you can actually use to beat procrastination. And it's easy to remember them as the 5 P's, the 5 P's of procrastination. And I'm going to go through them with you now. So the first P is to pause. Whenever you're procrastinating, pause. Acknowledge the fact that you are procrastinating. Then take some time and actually think of why you are procrastinating. Am I tired? Am I avoiding something? Am I scared of failure, of success? And then think of why you actually want to complete this task. Danielle always tells me, when you want to sell someone something, you can't sell them the drill, you have to sell them the hole in the wall. So sell them the result. Sell yourself the result. Why do you want to finish this task? If it is, let's say, finishing or starting with a healthy eating plan and finishing the healthy eating plan, what is the result? Why do you want to do this? I want to have more energy to spend time with my kids. I want to have more energy to spend time with my loved ones. That is the hole in the wall. Make sure that you know why you are doing this. Next up, the second P is the Pareto Principle. So the Pareto Principle is also known as the 80-20 rule. And that basically says usually as a result of only 20% of the things we do. So if you were to do something, or if you were to achieve something great, 80% of what you achieved is most likely as a result of only 20% of the things you were doing. So if you have a long list that you have to do today or for this week in front of you, you might be really anxious. It might be overwhelming to look at this list and to tell yourself that I have to get through this list, and that could lead to procrastination. But what if you could take this list? Let's say there's 10 things on this list. If you were to take this list and narrow it down to only 20%, the 20% that will most likely lead to the most value and will most likely lead to your results, and you were to narrow these 10 things down to only 2 main things or 2 key things that you want to focus on, that will make it so much easier, right? It's not that overwhelming looking at a list of 100 or 10 things. So use the Pareto Principle and use this to prioritize, which brings us to our third P. So the first one was pause, the second one was the Pareto Principle, then it's prioritizing. Make sure that you are prioritizing. If you have a list of things to do, we usually start at the top and we work it through to the end, and we end up only going through 20% of the things we do, because we usually overestimate what we can do in a day, but we underestimate what we can do in a week or a month or a year. So you only get through 20% of the things, and you realize that the most important stuff was actually listed at the bottom of my to-do list. So I never got to them. But if you were able to prioritize, choose these 2 things that are most important, do them first, then you're able to do the rest. So I always think of the story that one of my primary school teachers taught me, and I'm sure that you all know about the story. I still remember her name was Juffrou Trudy Badenhorst. So she told me about the vase, that you have a lot of rocks on the one side, big rocks on the one side, you have sand on the other side, and you have to fill this vase. What is the easiest way of filling the vase? Is it to pour all of the sand in and then try to fit the rocks in between? Or is it to actually take the rocks, the highest priority tasks, to do them first and then throw the sand in between? In that way, you're actually creating much more space to get everything done. So prioritize. What are your priorities? The 4th P is plan. So this is where you're going to get rid of your to-do list and put it in your calendar. I have a to-do list. I have this to-do list. I have this little book that I work with, my Rolene Strauss diary. It has a to-do list in. I write my to-do list. I make sure that I prioritize, that I use the Pareto Principle. But if I don't put that in my diary, I don't do it. So plan and put it in your diary. For me, I usually put it on my phone. I put a reminder on. If you have a big calendar up against the wall, put it in your diary. The highest priority stuff, put it in your diary. Make sure that you do that first. And then also make sure that you do the stuff that's quite difficult, the things that you might end up procrastinating. Make sure that you do that during the times of the day that you are most energetic. Some of us are morning people, some of us are evening people. So make sure that you spend some time and that you create that time, plan that time where you're most productive to do the stuff that is going to take a lot of your energy. And the 5th one is to, what was that? Oh, to push through. So the 5th P of prioritizing is to push through. So if you are that, the light bulb, if you are the light bulb who struggles to push through, struggles to complete the task, make sure that you are motivated. Get a way to motivate yourself. Perhaps start something with a friend to make sure that you're keeping accountable, keeping yourself accountable, and in that way beating, beating procrastination. So I really hope that was helpful. Those are the things that helped me. So I thought that it could be nice for us to actually do a few Q&As. Hi, Michelle Piens. Welcome, Michelle. Welcome, Palesa. Palesa says that she's currently the busybody. So, Palesa, what are you trying to avoid? Is there something that you are trying to avoid? Let's address that. Any questions? If there are no questions, I'm going to end our session right here. It was so nice to see you. In the comment section below, I'm going to tell you exactly what the 4 types are, what the 5 types are, what the 5 P's for procrastination is, and then you're more than welcome. I would love to know if you just comment the emoji. I'll put emojis next to each of them. If you just comment the emoji that currently represents your type of procrastinator, it would be lovely to see. And if you liked this session, if you got something from this session, be sure to share that, copy the link of this video, share that with people that you think might find this valuable, share it on your Instagram. As I say, it's the first time I'm doing Time Out Tuesday here on YouTube. So if you like it, if you feel like this helped you, subscribe to my channel. In that way, you'll be reminded of any new videos that I post. I post videos on Wednesdays as well, but on Tuesday evenings at 8 Central African time, we are going live and we are going to chat about things that are most important for us. Thank you so much for joining. I'm Rolene Strauss, your transformational coach, and I'm here to help you take control of your life and become the queen of your own life. I loved having you here with me. I'll see you again next week. Thanks for joining, everyone.